Morning, students. So the agenda of today's session, which is a simple concept, a pumping lemma. Okay. So we have already know about pumping lemma. So in unit two, I think unit two, yes, a pumping lemma, which is used to prove a language which is not regular. Okay. So context-free language has also its own method to prove a language which is not context-free. The pumping lemma, the same pumping lemma. Okay, so almost all the steps which are similar to the previous regular language, both context-free language and regular language, both are following the same concept. Okay, to prove a language which is not regular as well as to prove a language which is not context-free, except in one point, that is in the regular language, we divide a string into three parts, right? In regular language, we divide a string into three parts, X, Y, Z, three parts. But here we are dividing as not language, we are dividing a string into five parts. Okay, that's the only difference between these two. And the conditions. Okay, regular language, it is which one has its own three conditions. Okay, at the same time, all the three conditions should be satisfied for proving a language which is not regular. Like the same thing here also, there are three conditions. Okay, so at the same time, a language has to satisfy the three condition at the same time. Okay, if not means the language which is not context free. Okay. So let me go on to the actual topic, pumping lemma. So pumping lemma. Pumping lemma, which is used to prove that a language is not a context free. Okay, so as usual, pumping lemma concept. Okay, and one more point in pumping lemma, which is not used to prove a language is context free. It is used to prove only a language is not context free. See here, what's the technique used to prove a language which is not context free as well as in regular as well as in context free? So I'm asking you to post in the chat box. Actually, it follows on technique, a technical term which is relates to the first topic in the first unit. What's the technique actually? So the first unit which starts with a lot of theorems, right? Deductive proof, inductive proof, so a lot of theorem. So in all kinds of theorem, we have the proof like induction. Like the induction means a basis as well as inductive steps. All the theorems follow the induction steps only, basis as well as inductive step. But in pumping lemma, which technique is used to prove that a language is not regular? Can you please recall the name of the technique? Anyone please can we recall? Yes, very good. Kaushika, very good. Contradiction. Okay, the name of the technique which is contradiction. The first topic in first unit. Okay, contradiction, contrapositive. It's a lot of techniques. Okay, so pumping lemma use the technique contradiction. Okay, so contradiction means what? Contradiction means, so I'm going to prove a language is not regular, right? So contradiction means you will take negation of the conclusion. Okay. So I will write in the chat box, take negation. Take negation of the conclusion. Okay. So what's the conclusion here? Conclusion which is you're going to prove a language is not regular. So if you're taking a negation of the conclusion means as assumption like the given language which is context free. Okay, so here you are going to prove a language which is not context free. So your assumption starts with the assumptions like given the language which is context free. Okay, so if it is context free means that language should be satisfied all the three conditions at the same time. Okay, but in while proceeding a string from the language, at the same time it can't possible to satisfy all the three conditions. Okay, so contradiction. So thus a language which is not context free. This is the way of proof. This is similar to the way of how to prove a language which is not regular. Okay, both are almost the same. So assume L is a context-free language. There is a pumping length. Yes, there is a pumping length on technical term. There is a pumping length N such that any string W belongs to L. So L means language, which is nothing but a collection of strings. So any string W belongs to L of length greater than or equal to pumping length. Here you are using the term N. So in regular language, you are using the term P, pumping length. Okay. Uh, so can be written as okay. Length of the string should be greater than or equal to a pumping length. Okay, so length of the string you will take yes, you will take a string as example from the language which is greater than or equal to the length of the string which is greater than or equal to pumping length. Okay, so after choosing a string, we can break the W, which is nothing but a string, into five parts. And okay, that is five parts. W equal to U, V, X, Y, Z. Okay, here here two more variables which is added, U, V. Okay, so in a regular language, you are dividing a string into three. Here, five. Okay, dividing string into five parts. See that this is the three conditions. Okay, it is mainly used for a 2 mark. Okay, what are the three conditions for a pumping lemma for context-free language? The first condition, length of v x y less than or equal to n, should be less than or equal to n. Then length of v y which is not equal to null for all k greater than 0. K means in regular language we are using a term which is I. Okay, here we are using k. You can use I instead of k. Okay, that's not at all matter. So k greater than 0. So the string which is in the form u v power k x y power k z. Okay, which should be belongs to L. If not L means then the given string which is not a part of context free. Okay, so this is for the definition, the definition of pumping lemma. So definition of pumping lemma means you have to write what is the purpose of pumping lemma, then what's the concept of pumping lemma. The concept which is you are choosing a string, pumping length. According to the pumping length, you are choosing a string which is greater than or equal to pumping length. Then divide the string into five parts. Then you are applying the three conditions over on the string. Okay. So some steps to follow to prove a language is not context free. So this is the steps. The first, assume that L is context free. Okay. Next, the pumping length. We are choosing a pumping length which is n. Okay. Then all strings longer than n can be longer than and equal to. Okay. Here, greater than or equal to can be pumped. This is your pumped. This is your assumption. Okay. The strings which are greater than or equal to pumping length can be pumped. You can able to pump it. This is your assumption. So now find a string W in L such that length of W greater than or equal to n. Okay. Now you will take one string as an example, which is greater than or equal to pumping length. Divide the strings, and the fifth step, divide the strings into five parts. Then show that u v power k x y power k z, which is not belongs to L for some k. Okay. Uh, Next, then consider the ways that W can be ways. Ways means that uh, you can encounter some other cases also. Okay, not only you can prove a single case, you can consider some other cases. Okay, so consider other cases and also doing the same process. Um, Divide the strings into five parts, and so that none of these can satisfy all the three pumping conditions at the same time. Okay, this is your conclusion. So this is the contradiction. So the string cannot be pumped. So since the strings cannot be pumped, the language which is not a context free. Okay. So this is your steps, pumping lemma steps. As usual, regular language steps. Okay. So next, we will see about one problem. So problem. find out whether the context or not. So L, the language is x power n, then y power n, then z power n. Here all the powers are only n. So easy one problem. Okay, this is your problem. So let's start with the solution part. First step. In the first step, what's your assumption? What should I write in the first step? What's the first step? First step, which is nothing but assumption, your assumption. So your assumption, which is let L is context free. This is your assumption. Okay, this is your first step. Next, in the next step, we can take a string actually. Okay, actually here the string, the pumping length. I will choose the pumping length. Pumping length, that is P or N. Choose the pumping length. So I will take P here. Okay, so the pumping length is the same as usual in the previous problem also. Contain regular language we are choosing 4. Okay, it's not at all mandatory. It's your choice. Okay, so I will choose here. I will pick P equal to 4. Uh, then choose the string, which is the string which is greater than or equal to pumping length. Okay, so the actual string, so which is the string s equal to x power n. So instead of n, I will write here 4 y power 4 z power 4. Okay, so this is one form of string. Okay. So we divide the string into 5 parts, right? The next step. So we divide S into 5 parts. So the 5 parts, which is U, V, X, Y, Z. Okay. First, case number 1. This is case number 1. So your pumping length, which is 4. Okay. So the same string is equal to x power 4, y power 4, z power 4. Okay. So I will write x in 4 times. Then y, which is also in 4 times. Z also in 4 times. Okay. In the first case, see, I will consider the part that is the pump V part, that V part, okay, and Y part, because this part only have power V power K, Y power K. These two part, V part, Y part. Okay, V and Y in the case number 1. The case number 1, which is about V and Y, each contain only one type of symbol. Only one type of symbol means if y, if you are choosing y in the x part, okay, means y in some other part, y part, z part, but not the combination of both xy, not the combination of both y, z. Okay, if v x part means I will choose y for y part or z part. Okay, so only one type of symbols. So divisions, I will the division which is also your choice. Okay, so I will choose the first. I'm going to divide in this case part x. First, I will the first x comes to u, and I will choose a second and third x for v. So v contains only one type of symbol, which is x. Okay, and next first x and the first z. Okay, this is for x, and this y, which is for y. This is also one type of symbols, and this is for z. Okay, the decision is your own choice. I will choose like this. This is our division. So the division is which is over. So okay, the given string which is divided into 5 parts: u, v, x, y, z. Next, you will take that power part, like u power u, v power k, then x, y power k, then z. Okay, here you are using k instead of j. So as usual, I'm choosing k equal to 2. Okay, so the value of k which is equal to 2. Okay, so k equal to 2. So since k equal to 2, u v square x y square z. Okay, so what's the value of u which is x. So what's the value of v? V 2 times x. V square means 4 times x. This is for v and one more v. Next x part which is x, y, 4 times y, 1 time z. Then y part, y power square. So for single y, single z. Then for another y, another z. Okay. Next z part which is 2 times z. Okay. This is the string, derived string. Next, so this is in the format of x power. How many times x will be appeared here? 6 times. Okay, x power 6, y which is in the power of 4, and z which is in the power of 5. Okay, so but your input string which is in the format of x power n, y power n, z power n, all should be equal, right? But here the powers are different, so definitely it does not belongs to L, condition number 3, which is failed. Okay, so what about the conditions, the remaining conditions? The conditions, the first condition, um, length of vxy, length of vxy less than or equal to n, right? So here length of v 2, then x 3 4 5 6 7 8, then y 9. Actually, so 9 less than or equal to what's the length of n? That is n pumping length, which is 4 only. Okay, this is not satisfied. This is not satisfied. What about the second condition? The second condition, which is length of vy, which is not equal to null. So length of Vy, V for 2, Y for 1. So 3 not equal to null. Yes, this is right only. One minute. என்னது இதுமா ஆச்சுபடி இங்க அங்கதான் இருக்கு. So the condition number 2, which is satisfied, and this is your condition number 3. So your condition number 3, which is u v power, that is your condition number 3. So I will write like this: pumping length, which is 4, x power 4, y power 4, z power 4. This is your input. Okay, but what is your output? X power 6, y power 4, z power 5. This is your output. The output definitely not belongs to the language, given language. Condition number 3, which is not satisfied. Okay, so only one condition is satisfied, the second one. Okay, so this is case number 1. Since it is a part B questions, I will write two more cases. Case number 2. In case number 2, I will write the string again 4 times, x in 4 times, and y also in 4 times, and z also in 4 times. So I will divide like u, this is for u, this is for u, and one single x for v, and so this part, this is for x, and 2 times z for y, and the remaining part for z. Okay, again k equal to the same thing, k equal to 2. You can also choose 3 or 4, your choice, but this string should be very length. If you are taking k equal to 4, 5 like this. So u v power square, then x, y power square, then z. So u means a single time x. So v means for one time x, another time for another x, then x value x, then 4 times y, then y square, y which is 2 times z, one more y for another one time, then z one time. Okay, so actually this is x power, this is also x power 5, and y power 4, z power 6. Definitely it is not in the language. Okay, this is case 2. So I will choose case 3. It's in the manner. Case 3. The case 3, which is about either V or Y has more than one kind of symbol. Okay, this is case number 3, more than one kind of symbol. So I will again choose for the pumping length n or p value which is 4. Okay, so the s value x power 4, y power 4, z power 4. So I will write x in 4 times, y which is also in 4 times, z which is also in 4 times. Okay, so first, so I will allot first 2x for u and v for this combination of x and y. Okay, and this is for x, and this is for y, the remaining z for z. Okay, this is our division. Next, so let assume let k equal to 2. So k equal to 2 means u v square x y square z. Okay, this is k z. Next, for u part u which is x, v part the for 1v 2 time x 2 time y, another for another v again 2 time x for 2 time y. Okay, then x for y, y square y is z. So one time y is z, another one time y is z. So z 3 times. Okay, so now it is in the form, say very different format, x to the power of 4, y power square, then x square, then y power 4, then z power 1, then y power 1, then z power 4. So definitely this string which is not belongs to L. Okay, so the condition number 3 which is not satisfied. So this is actually your condition number 3 which is not satisfied. So condition number 1, v x y less than or equal to n. So definitely it is also not satisfied. V for 4 times 4 plus 1 plus 5, 6, 7. 7 less than or equal to 4. Okay, it is not satisfied. Condition number 2, which is a length of Vy. So length of Vy, which is not equal to epsilon. Yes, it is not equal to epsilon. 4 plus 2, 6, not equal to null. This is satisfied. Okay, so only one condition is satisfied, remaining two conditions will be failed. So all the three conditions, this is your conclusion. All the three conditions are not satisfied. Same time. So the given language is not context free. This is your conclusion. This is the way of how to prove a pumping lemma concept. Okay? Actually, the procedure is very big, but the concept is a very simple concept. Pumping all the pumping lemma concept, as both regular language as well as context free language. Both pumping lemma concept, which is very simple. Okay. So, and the next important problem. So we'll try the problem. The important problem, I think, the language which is a repeated university question. both for regular language as well as context free. A repeated university question where P is prime. Okay, take a note and write the problem. You have to choose the string. I will ask you to take the note and write the problem. Okay, zero. Actually, this is 0 power p. Okay, so what's the string which is the best choice for this problem? If you are choosing a pumping length, choosing the pumping length again same 4. That pumping length here, the pumping length is n, right? Pumping length which is 4. I'm asking you people to proceed the problem. 0 means which is less than 4. To choose the next string and try to work out whether the answer will be a prime or somewhat aware that is composite. Like, choose the string which is greater than or equal to pumping length 4. You can't choose 4 because 4 is not a prime, right? Okay, then proceed and tell me the final answer, the condition. But it is very difficult to show the answer, right? The divisions, a lot of things. But it's a very, very important question, both for regular language as well as context free. Okay. So keep this is your homework. Okay. I will show you the exact problem. It is your textbook problem. I will show you. So I will show you with a textbook. Okay. So keep practice to read your textbook. So unless you can't able to write some theorems. Okay. So for theorems, it is preferable to read a textbook. It's very important. So I will share the textbook right now. See a lot of exercise problems, right? So in your exams, actually, they will pick your exercise problems. Okay, senior university exams. They used to prefer their textbook problem only. Especially exercise problem. You can frame the questions based on your textbook exercise problem. So a lot of problems, a power I, b power j, c power k. Okay, so in this, the powers are different. I, j, k, like c, and the condition I less than j less than k, right? So another one, a power n, b power n, c power I. Then another one, c important problem, c 0 power p, p is a prime, right? The first A, B, C, consider A, B, C. It's a very important problem. So in the next day sessions, I will take a problem from the exercise, textbook exercise. Okay. So this is your textbook. So this is your actual textbook terms in Quebec normal form. So pumping lemma means they will use a diagrammatic representation for divide the string. Okay. So 5 parts U, V, W, X, Y. I am using X, Y, Z. In the part of W, they will use U, V, W, X, Y. Okay. So pumping lemma. Then, so this is the exercise problem for the grammar. Okay, null, how to remove null productions, how to remove epsilon production. So see the Greybeck normal form in your textbook only this box is only available for Greybeck normal form. Okay, there is no more example for a Greybeck normal form, but one exercise problem. Only one exercise problem with this one. So this one is just the exercise problem for a Quebec normal form. I have already solved this problem. Okay. So try to download the textbook. So I have already posted this textbook in your Google Classroom. Okay. So Chomsky normal form. So this is the properties of context-free language. These all concept comes under properties of context-free language. Next, the next thing very important, Turing machine. Okay, the last topic of Unit 4, very important thing, Turing machine. So I think two sessions. So I think in one session I will complete the first part of Unit 4. So after the session, so I will start Turing machine. Okay, so one of the important concept of Turing machine. So try to download your textbook and all the exercises. If I will take assignment problem from the exercise only. Okay. Okay. Thank you, students.